I love the line in the movie Field of Dreams when they say, if you build it, correct, they will come. Unfortunately, it's not the case when building a blog or presence online. There are over 1 million websites out there, and it's hard for a new site to compete. Well, we're about to change that. Our next presenter is one of the most well-known SEO gurus in the world. Plus, he's a real nice guy. So he's generously offered to come share with us the tools we need for optimizing for search. So please give a big round of applause to Mr. Lee Odden.
Right? So, I thought a little metaphor would be in play here. Cooking up some results, if you'll bear with me. This is really bad analogies here that I'm going to give you. So we're going to talk about content SEO keywords and content social tips. How can we incorporate social signals into our blogging for an SEO outcome? Make Panda happy. I'll explain what that means. Has anybody heard of Google Panda? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Panda spanked lots of people, lots of websites recently. Google made a very significant update to its algorithm affecting about 12% of the 88 billion queries that happen every month. And I'll share with you how you can avoid those consequences and what you can do to make the most of it. And then some tasty tools. So start with a recipe. Audience. Think about who is it that you're writing for. And you may do this already. I mean, a lot of people blog out of their own passions. But if you're looking to monetize that content, now you start to need to empathize with the audience you're trying to reach. Instead of just, I guess it'd be egocentric, right? Just thinking about what you want to write about. If you want to serve some other purpose and monetize or have some other business reasons, then you really do need to think more about who it is that you're writing for. What keywords they're actually using to search, to find things. You might be accurately talking about barbecue or chicken recipes or what's for dinner or whatever, but what is the exact language that your target audience is using and in what context? So having an understanding of that. Content creation and how that bears on SEO. Links and social, I've got quite a bit of information about that. Not only is it important to acquire links, but it's also important to be cited on social channels. And we already do this. We already encourage people to tweet and link to us maybe from Facebook by having a like button or whatever. But increasingly, that kind of behavior is influencing direct search engine visibility. And then some tools. So my definition of SEO is basically an approach to digital publishing that makes it easier for the search engines to do their job. That makes it easy for search engines to find your content, understand what it is, and categorize it, and then rank it in a desirable way. One of the biggest problems that people have when they don't get the amount of search traffic they want, it's because they've done something with their blog software or failed to do something with their blog software that results in the search engine having difficulty in making a copy of your content. Because that's what search results are. They're a copy of your content, right? Google goes out, it knows about certain links to web pages, it follows those links to new web pages, it makes a copy of everything it finds and brings it back. If it can't copy your stuff, then you're not going to get included, right? If you have 1,000 blog posts and only 500 of them are included in the Google index, then that's half your team not showing up for the game, right? How can you win? So a lot of effective SEO is going to be transparent. It should actually improve user experience. Now, a lot of people who are in the content creation business hear about SEO and go, I don't want to make my content look like crap. It's going to read like keyword, 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 keyword. And if it's really good SEO, if you're practicing the art and science of SEO, it will be transparent. It will actually improve their ability to navigate and consume content on your website. So what happens when you have crappy SEO? When you're not making it easy for the search engines? This is Adidas. I just took this screenshot this morning. I keep taking it. They never change it. They change the images, but they keep doing this. This is what we see when we go to the adidas.com website. It's very visually engaging. You put your cursor over these different images, and a text menu will fold out and explain to you what the heck that image is all about. That's what search engines see. Help! help, contact us, about us, warning, email scam. Copyright 2011. Adidas has no ranking in the top 10 pages of search results, 10 entries each, for the phrase men's running shoes, which is something they're known for, one of the things that they're known for. So what do they rank for? They're on page 1 of Google for men's athletic shoes. Okay, great. You know, they do have some search visibility, but what's the problem with that? And I don't know if you can see this or not, but this is a screenshot from Google's keyword tool. And the problem is that men's athletic shoes has no search volume. No, they don't have enough search volume for Google to even give a number as a forecast of how much traffic you could expect if you were advertising on men's athletic shoes. Men's running shoes, on the other hand, has a score of 18,000. So what's the lesson here? One is if you don't have effective SEO, you're not going to show up for anything. But even if you have a little bit of accidental SEO, you might show up, but for the wrong stuff. You might show up for things that no one's even looking for. And I'm going to talk about keyword selection to help make sense of that. So what happens when you have really good search and content and link optimization? This is the site that, this is Roadrunner Sports. They are showing up fairly well for men's running shoes. So you see it's a big ad, right? And we scroll down and we see more content. So on the Adidas site, it was just one page. You couldn't scroll down at all. It was just the images, and that was the problem. Search engines can't see text within images. So they actually have some text. They have some anchor text links or whatever here, keywords that are linking to other pages, and that's what search engines see. They see a lot more text than about us, help, contact, and email scam. And as a result, they're both number 1 and number 2 on Google for men's running shoes. What do you think that means for their business? This relatively unknown from a brand standpoint, what does that mean for their business and being able to be the number 1 and number 2 position holder for a keyword phrase like that? It's doable. It can be confusing how to do it. Now, I have a small business. We have 17 people, so we're not a very large agency. But when you go to Google and you search for things like online marketing, it's only that damn Wikipedia that ranks higher than us. And there's hundreds of phrases like that. And I just allocate a small amount of time every day to making sure that I have one post, 4 to 5 posts a week. That's it. That's it. Now, I've been doing it for 7 years. But just a small amount of time consistently. Also allocating a small amount of time to networking. Networking online, networking offline. Making sure those two worlds collide. Because networking just offline or networking just online, it's not as effective as if you bring them together. So to simplify SEO, it's about the keywords and the content. It's about making the site itself technically search engine friendly. Now, blog software like WordPress out of the box is fairly search friendly. There's some extra modifications that you should make. So that's good news. It's also about the ability to make sure that you're linking to your pages in the right way internally and that you're attracting links from other websites. That's basic SEO, but it's also about the social. Social signals that occur on the blog, like those simple little sharing buttons you see all over the place, as well as social content and activity that happens off of the blog that points back to you. So as an example, this isn't a food example, but those other companies aren't clients of ours, but this one is. J&O Fabrics is a small fabric retailer in New Jersey. They have a brick and mortar store and they have an online store, a couple thousand products, and they put up a blog. It started as their newsletter. They're like, we don't know what, you have to add more content. You can't just have all these product descriptions that came from the manufacturer. You've got to have more than that. So they threw up a blog and the content was just their newsletter to start. Now they require every retail employee to take a writing test because they're all expected to add tips articles to the blog. As a result of blogging for a couple of years and writing about things that people were interested in, they decided, wow, our best customer is a crafter, do-it-yourselfer. So they decided to put up a lot of how-to and tips-related articles. They also solicited photos from their customers of creative and interesting things that they had made with their fabric. And this is what made up a lot of the blog content. And as a result, they have over 300 number ones on phrases like NFL fabric, novelty fabric, sports fabric, and so on and so on and so forth. So Joann Fabrics and Hancock Fabrics, which are the big brand players in that space, are competing with this little company in New Jersey, and it's because of blogging. It's because of following the advice I'm going to give you here in the next 30 or 40 minutes. So